Hi and welcome to another Stratco how-to video. Today we're building the CROSSRAY TC 4K outdoor kitchen inside of our very own Stratco Umbra awning shed. Your new CROSSRAY outdoor kitchen will come on one pallet, and these are the boxes that we're ready to assemble. The CROSSRAY outdoor kitchen comes on one pallet, and we've got the barbecue box here, we've got the single door beverage cooler, and the 8 cabinetry boxes here. We'll take you through it and show you what's inside of each. Today we're installing the CROSSRAY outdoor kitchen inside of our very own Stratco Umbra awning shed. Because we've got the barbecue, we've opted for the additional heat shields to protect the sheets and the area from the heat that comes from the barbecue. We've also got the electric points ready to go so that we can connect in our beverage cooler. Because we're outside, I've got my hat and my sunscreen on to protect myself from the elements, and because we're using tools and cutting all of this open, I've got my gloves and my safety glasses on. The first one that we're going to open up is the CROSSRAY 4-burner barbecue cabinet. Let's cut it open and have a look. So we've unpacked the barbecue cabinet, we've got all our parts and everything here. We've got our hardware pack, our bracketry, and then our instructions that we'll have a look through. So we've got our instructions unpacked. We're just going to check off all our parts, make sure we've got everything, and then we'll get started. In the instruction booklet, you'll find this alfresco checklist. Just takes you through the requirements for having a barbecue in a ventilated or unventilated area and what's required to make it compliant. Our Stratco Umbra awning shed ticks all of these boxes with the ample ventilation, so we are ready to go. Because we're dealing with heavy cabinetry here, it's always good to have a second person to help with the lifting and the building. First off, we're going to install the casters, so we'll just use these flathead screws. You'll also notice that we've got these adjustable feet to stabilise the unit once it's in place. Install the cart panel onto the base unit with 2 flathead screws. Each of the trolley side panels is marked with an L and an R, indicating left and right of the unit. We've just installed the right side panel. You can tell this is on the right side because we've got the catch at the front and the cart panel at the front. We'll now install the left-hand side the same way. Install the brackets on the side panels. We've got the 2 smaller ones at the back and the 2 bigger ones sit on the front here. Alright, so we're putting on the front bracket. Make sure these 2 holes here line up with these 2 at the rear so that you've got room at the front there. We're just adding in the back panel now, so you want to slide it in between these 2 here on the side and make sure these 2 threaded ones are at the top. Then we're going to screw through at the bottom and the sides. The two bolts at the back have a spacer so that when the top goes on, the cutouts sit on top of it. We'll just put these two bolts into the threaded hole and then we'll put the top on. We've just installed the right hand side door and it doesn't close properly, so we just need to adjust the height to allow it to. Further adjustment may be required once the unit is in position. So we've just finished the barbecue cabinet and put it into place. We'll now move on to the next cabinet. So we're just putting the rear panel on. We've got the holes at the bottom and we'll fix it with the screws now. We've now got the rear upper panel and this has got a hole in the middle. So make sure with the bracket you've got the R facing forward on the right hand side of the unit. We're going to feed it through from the back and the tab with the screw hole at the top will come through, and then we've got the countersunk screws that'll go through into that bracket. We'll then repeat this on the left hand side. We're now going to install the door bracket. So having the catch facing forward, we want to insert that between our two side panels and screw in from the sides. We'll now use the bolt with the spacer on it, going into the side and rear panels. This will then hold the shelf, same way with the top of the last one with the notches. So we've got the shelf here going in the middle, we've got the hole at the back, and these little notches on the sides here will go straight over those bolts with the spacers. We've just flipped over the sintered stone bench top. We're now going to put the screws in on the internal holes and then flip it over and install it on the cabinet. This part with the overhang here, that will go on the front. With the flathead screws into the internal holes, don't tighten them all the way because we'll latch it onto the base unit and then tighten from underneath. We're installing the doors the same as the previous unit, and once again we'll just need that adjustment to get those to line up. Moving on to the beverage cooler now, so we're going to unbox that. and then we'll put it straight into the beverage cabinet. So we've just opened up the beverage cooler box, and then we've got this bracket inside. This will sit on the back of the beverage cooler into the back of the cabinet to push it all further forward, get that airflow for the beverage cooler. Before we put the beverage cooler into the beverage cooler cabinet, we're just going to slide through the cord through the back of the unit. So we've assembled the other cabinets. We're now ready to take out the barbecue and get that one onto the unit as well. As you'll see here, there's a wood panel and foam for protection in transit. With the barbecue, definitely a 2-person lift to get this out of the box and onto the unit. So we've finished the build, we've joined all the cabinets together and it looks great. So the next step is to start cooking.